Hello once again, and I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay. We're back again on our math journey, and today I want us to see if it is possible that we can do both multiplication of fractions and division of fractions. Um, but we're going to start off by looking at multiplication of fractions. So let's assume that we have two fractions, a over b multiplying c over d. So we are looking at two fractions, a over b multiplying c over d. Now, the first thing here is to pick any of the numbers. You can decide to pick any of the numbers. So for me, I'm going to pick the number a. Okay, we're going to pick the number a. I'm going to pick this number. I pick this one. The moment I pick this one, I will ignore the number that is next to it at the numerator. The number that is next to it at the numerator is this number here. I'll ignore this. Ignore this. Why am I ignoring this? Because I've picked the other numerator, which is a. So I'm ignoring the second numerator so that I can ask questions. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to ask myself, a, right? Can a, can a, let me take it again. Sorry about that. The question we're going to ask is that can a, why a? That's what we've picked. Can a go into b? Can it go into b? Those are the questions we're going to ask ourselves. That means, is a factor of b? All right. Does a have any common factor with b? Or, or, or can a, the same a, go into d? Can it go into d? Can it go into d? So that we can be able to simplify terms. We can be able to simplify terms. If you decide that you are going to pick, let's say, if it is say a over b multiplied by c over d, and you pick, let's say you pick d, the moment you pick d, we need to ignore b, and then we ask the question that can d go into a, or can d go into c? Once we're able to do that, we've made huge progress. We've made huge progress once we're able to achieve that. But you know what? I would like us to take some numbers to see whether some of them will make sense. So let's see. Let's take a look at 3 over 4 multiplying. Okay. Multiplying, let's say, 8 over 9. 8 over 9. You know, in this first instance, we picked a. So in this case, remember we picked a. In this case, a is what? 3. In this case, a is 3 because we are picking a. And the moment we pick a, we are going to ignore number 8. We're going to ignore 8. We're going to ignore that. And then we're going to ask the questions. Can 3 go into b? What is b? 4. And the answer is what? No. Because there's no common factor. There's no common factor between 3 and 4. There's no common factor. The next question is, or can a, which is 3, go into d? D, and that d there, the letter d there, is 9. The number is 9. Is it possible that 3 can go into 9? And I think the answer is a big yes. Why? Because there's a common factor. Right? Why? Because there exists a common factor. There exists a common factor. And what's that common factor? 3 times 3 is what? 3 times 3 is 9. So if you rewrite this, if you rewrite and have 3 over 4 multiplying 8 over 9, we're saying that 3 can go into itself 1 and can go into 9 3 because there's a common factor. It goes inside 1 and goes into itself and goes into 9 3 times. We can do the same. We can do the same for the number 8. If we go ahead and we pick this number, it means we have to ignore 1, right? We have to ignore the 1. And then we need to ask the question, can 8 go into this? Is no. There's no common factor. But can 8 go into 4? Yes, because there's a common factor. And what's that common factor? It's 2, because 4 times 2 is 8. So we can rewrite this and say that sorry. We can rewrite this and say that 1 over 4 multiplied by 8 over 3, 4 will go here 1. There's a common factor between 4 and 8, which is 1 and 2. So basically, we are getting 1 over 1 times 2 over 3. And once we are done, and we cannot do anything about it, we will multiply the numerators together to get 2 and multiply the denominators together to get 3. So 1 will multiply this and 1 will multiply this 3 to get that. 2 and 3 will be the answer. I hope this helps. If you find a bit difficulty in this, I would like you to go back and take a look at it again. It will come out clear. So there you have it. Multiplication of fractions is very easy. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Do not be scared. Play the tape again, and clarity will come. Okay. Now, the only difference between we're going to division of fractions. The difference between multiplication and division of fractions is that if you have two fractions, let's say a over b divided by c over d, the first thing that you need to do is to change the division sign to multiplication sign. So it's going to be a over b. We change the sign into multiplication. The moment we do that, we turn the next fraction upside down. So we're going to get d over c. Okay. So what happened there was we did a reciprocal. We reciprocated d and c. So once we have a over b multiplying d over c, the next thing is easy. It becomes what? Multiplication of what? Fractions. It becomes multiplication of fractions, which we have done. Multiplication of fractions. And you apply the rules that we have gotten from multiplication of fractions. So let's imagine that we have an example. The same, let's say we have 3 over 4 multiplied by, let's say 1 over 8. It's been divided by 1 over, let's say 8. For example, 1 over 8. What it will mean is that we're going to have 3 over 4 multiplying, and the moment we change the sign to multiplication, we're going to turn this around. And we're going to get 8 over 1. And then from there, we can apply the rules of multiplication. 3 over 4 multiplied by 8 over 1. The moment you pick this number, you ignore this. Once you ignore that, you ask yourself, can 8 go into 4? Yes. Or can 8 go into 1? No. But it can go into 4. Because there's a common factor, and that common factor there is 2. So we're going to have 3 over 4 multiplied by 8 over 1. 4 goes here 1 and goes here 2. The moment you do that, we are done. We're going to get 3 times 2 over 1 times 1. And that gives us 6 over 1. And the answer is 6. I hope this helps. I'll come to you another time. And we'll continue this math journey, this excitement on the math journey. We'll talk again. Take care. Bye.